Bob was a man of many faces and many hats. Do you remember some of the hats that Bob wore? Uh-huh. I remember the fishing one. Yes.
Straw hat with duct tape.
Yes. Ah, straw hat with duct tape. Yes, yes. I mean, he was a recycler before recycling became a recycling thing, and he didn't want to let anything go. There was so much about Bob that I unfortunately relate to, not letting things go. Yes. Well, he's got this bag.
Oh, yeah.
That duct tape was his best friend. Packing tape was second. You don't throw it away if you can still use it, okay? Don't throw it away if you can still use it. He was a man of various careers. I didn't know that Bob was a major in the United States Air Force, that he served for 20 years. I didn't know that. How many of you knew that?
B-47 Navigator.
Oh, B-47 Navigator. Yeah. Thank you for providing that information. Yes, Claire.
ICBM missile commander.
Wow.
And intelligence officer.
You see, the Bob I knew for the last 20 years did not appear to be that type of person. So we need to understand that in our lives we can start out with one frame of mind, and as you grow you evolve into a broader understanding, and I think that's what happened to Bob. I think that's what happened to Bob. Now, when people come to a memorial service or a celebration of life, there are a lot of different reasons. I mean, sometimes it's because they respected the person that has died, or they admired them, or it was a friendship, or they even feel they're obligated to be here. I mean, I really ought to go to that service. But for me, we get an opportunity to understand lessons of life. This is why I appreciate leading these services, because even though as a pastor I wish I would actually bless more homes and officiate more weddings and assist in baptisms of infants and teens, the ritual that we are going through to celebrate the life of Bob Brown is one in which we as individuals can be inspired and can learn new lessons to live our lives. Whether our lives are going to be 5 minutes longer, 5 years longer, or 50 years longer, we can always grow and learn from each other. Learn from each other. So whatever your reason here, today we will find out more about Bob Brown and his family, his dreams, lessons, and visions for the world than some of us ever knew. We come together as folks of Middletown as a family, represented by his niece Lynn and her son and his girlfriend and Lynn's partner, Rowan. You know, and also Bob's daughter, Robin, who is not here. It has been enhanced through my communications with Robin. I want to begin with the scripture. It is Isaiah 58, verses 6 and 7 from the Old Testament. I read, "Is not this the fast I choose? To loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thongs of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and bring the homeless poor into your house, when you see the naked to cover them, and not to hide yourself from your own kin?" Reading that scripture gives me an understanding, a better understanding of who he is. We also have a gentleman who is new to our community but is becoming well known, Walt Gafvert, who is going to play a song for us that is called, what is it, The Old Hippie? The Old Hippie?
Song by the Bellamy Brothers. He turned 35 last Sunday. his hair found some gray. But he still ain't changed his lifestyle. Life's better the old way. And now he grows himself a garden in the backyard by the fence. He's consuming what he's growing nowadays in self-defense. He gets out there in the twilight zone sometimes, but it just don't make no sense. Well, he swore back in the 60s that everyone was hip. Then they sent him off to Vietnam on his senior trip. And they forced him to become a man when he was still a boy. In between the waves of tragedy, he's waiting for the joy. Well, this world may change around him, but he just can't change no more. He's an old hippie and he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he grab on to the new? He's an old hippie, this new life is just a bust. He ain't trying to change nobody, he's just trying real hard to adjust. He got it. So he gets off on country music, disco left him cold. He's got young friends in the new wave, he's just too freaking old. And he dreams at night of Woodstock, the day John Lennon died. How the music made him happy, the silence made him cry. Well, he thinks about old John sometimes, and he has to wonder why. He's an old hippie and he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he grab onto the new? He's an old hippie, this new life is just a bust. He ain't trying to change nobody, just trying real hard to adjust. Well, he stays away a lot now, parties and the clubs. And he's thinking while he's jogging around, sure he's glad he quit the hard stuff. 'Cause he, this kind, get more endangered every day. Pretty soon the species will just up and fade away, like the smoke from that torpedo. Well, they'll just up and fade away. He's an old hippie, he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he grab on to the new? He's an old hippie, this new life is just a bust. He ain't trying to change nobody, just trying real hard to adjust. No, he ain't trying to change nobody, he's just trying real hard to adjust.
Thank you, Walter.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So I found the letter from Stony Man. John A. Stonebreaker, aka Stony Man. My fellow citizens, today we gather to celebrate the life of Robert Brown, aka Bobby. We each have memories of our times with Bobby and how we have benefited from them. I first met Bobby in the fall of 1989. I'd moved to Middletown to begin working at Harbin Hot Springs in the computer department. Harbin at that time was a grand adventure. I met a large number of people who shared their worldview and the roles they played in shaping it. I shared a house on Jackson Street with Bobby, Trelene Freeman, Basil Jarrett, Linda Gretton, and myself. This was my first experience at communal living and I benefited from it greatly. Soon after that, Bobby purchased the home there on Main Street and he invited me to stay there. Bobby and I had many discussions about our mutual life experiences, and I benefited greatly as a result. Bobby had many unique life experiences and gave me a broader view of the complexities of life and how to deal with the triumphs and tragedies. He also shared his relationship with Lenny, his niece. Lucky me. There are some great memories of sharing meals together at Twin Pine Casino, bread runs, and the senior center, movies, cars, just to name a few. I was very fortunate to speak with Bobby a week prior to his passing. We always enjoyed our visits, either by phone or in person. And some people thought of Bobby as cantankerous. Me? I thought those who thought that they themselves were cantankerous. Bobby will be sorely missed by many, and I am envious he has transitioned to the next level of consciousness. Bobby, wherever you are, you done good. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. Godspeed. Fondest regards, John A. Stonebringer. P.S. Bobby, I hate to disappoint you, but even God has bureaucracies.